game #1. Tundra Esports now toting their new mid laner Topson, former mid laner 9, on his first game of support that I could find anyway on Dota Buff. And his hero of choice is the Shadow Demon. I see one match on his Dota2 Pro tracker of Shadow Demon. He did lose that one. Let's hope that this one goes better for him, at least if you're a Tundra fan.
So they're going to start off with a smoke, so they're placing some wards to block out the pull camp for Tundra. Normally when they play all these like side lanes with Saksa, they tend to like just always start with pulling the waves and getting the wave under the tower. So I'm not sure if they're going to do that this game, because it's a Venge and PA. That's not a very strong lane, you know. I think if they just go to the lane and play the lane straight up, just focus on farming and denying, they can actually do really well.
Check out this ward from Tundra as well down bottom. A little bit more of a unique one. It's going to be probably not dewarded and let you know if there's any early rotations coming, especially from like the Tusk or something like that. I like that one quite a bit.
That's a really, really good ward given the situation, because like we talked about, the Tusk is going to pose problems against the Shadow Demon and Lion in the early game.
Oh yeah, and it's already paying off. Look, they're going to see Q down bottom, and as soon as Ollie knows, they're going to know that Talon is going to be attempting maybe a cheeky first blood here. It'll be spoiled by that ward.
Venge, Tusk, tag team, and Sun with the PA. It's often a very, very easy kill. They're going to actually find the ward.
They did find it, yeah. Nice job with blocking the camp as well simultaneously from Ollie. So a good move out from him. Barely caught it.
Yeah, that was a little bit unlucky. I think he meant to maybe place it a little bit more towards the side. And because this sentry is... I have to be honest, this sentry is not very common.
Look at this block from 33. Are you seeing this? 33 still blocking this creep. Blocked a creep for 40 seconds. Finally, it'll go into battle as Ollie's going to make a little bit of a play there. But it seems like this lane eventually is going to be ended pushing further for 33 and 9. Classic lane shenanigans as we're used to seeing out from the side of Tundra. I do want to still, of course, talk about this mid lane as well, Winter, because how could we ignore it? Talk to me a little bit about what you think the differences are between Makoto's playstyle as a mid compared to Topson's.
I think Mikoto nowadays is more of like the stable mid laner. He's playing the heroes that's good for the draft instead of like the flashy ones that he wants to play. Topson there, missing on the role, could have maybe potentially done a lot of damage onto Mikoto. Whereas Topson, he's more of like the flashier one, you know. He likes to play heroes that he's feeling, you know. Like if he feels that hero, he wants to play the hero. And sometimes you see his hero, it lacks synergy with the team's draft. So he's more volatile.
Right. So you don't know if you're going to get Flopson or Chadson, basically, is it? Could go a bit in between there.
Depends on how you see it. And bot lane.
They're trying for 9. He's actually going to use the disruption offensively. Ollie's still whacking away here with the auto attacks. 23 has another dagger to throw, but not nearly enough damage. Fairy Fire is secured. Who grabbed that first Lotus? I didn't quite see it. Oh, it was 3 minutes. I've been playing too much Turbo. Shame on me. I've just outed myself as a Turbo player.
I was like, what's actually happening?
Yeah, my bad. Jump in again onto 9. This time he has still another disruption charge and uses it to definitely avoid the magic missile damage. He might still go down. 23 throws the dagger, finds the kill. Top lane. It seems like they're also taking a lot of harass out from this Talon off lane as well. Q, claritying back up. Looks like he's ready to make another go at this.
Yeah, they have a good big creep wave here. He wants to pressure the Lion.
Yeah, Snake King in some trouble. He's already thrown the Earth Spike, has another one in a second, and a Blood Grenade Snowball, though. The stun sufficient to allow them to pick up the kill.
Yeah, they're doing really well, you know, on the Naga at the moment. He's gotten his levels and he's pulling the wave over. So this lane is going to be pretty much a free farm lane for the Naga and the PL.
Yep.
And it's going to come down to which support could benefit from this situation, you know, with the waves going out. And if the Naga doesn't really need the Tusk is going to be free to roam, to go to the bot lane to kill through the Twin Gate.
Yep. And I want to just very quickly identify something.
Stuck again.
Yeah, there he is. He's in trouble. I think he's just dead. Again, the right clicks, they pull in the illusions as well for even more damage.
No TP? This is bad.
He goes. 33, meanwhile, down bottom, he does have himself the very annoying Chain Lightning creep, so plenty of damage being dished out from him as he actually will go underneath the tower. Magic Missile forced out. TP coming in now already from the Tusk. See who they want to make the jump onto. 23 goes on to 9. The supports in the meantime looking for 33, who is out of mana but has 20 wand charges. Don't know if they quite get through him, trying to burst him before the wand charges. No, he's going to save the wand charges actually, as 23 is just going to be able to focus down onto 9. Should get this kill here eventually with the Orb of Corrosion. 9, yeah, running right back into 23, and a lovely rotation from Q to pick up a kill.
Oh, they actually got both kills out of it. I initially thought that 23 should have gone on the Doom, but in the end it pays off, you know, they got both kills. I think 33 just felt like it wasn't worth it for him to use that big wand. Like maybe if he lives, he'll be living like with very little HP and not much mana, so he'd rather die anyway. I think that's the correct decision for him.
This lane is getting troublesome, though. I was about to point something out that the reason I think Talon were putting so much pressure using a lot of the mana early and getting a couple kills was because they didn't want 9 to be able to pull the wave. 9 eventually unblocked the camp, but it's now reblocked after Ollie managed to find a kill there. And with Q still lingering down here, they might not be out of the woods yet. Ollie trying to bait back 33. Maybe he'll be able to go on to 9 now as he looks for the D ward. Q making a go at it. Let's see here with the ice shards, well placed as 9's gonna have to turn himself around. Will pop the disruption offensively, but still goes down. TP comes out from Snake King, but he's only back at the tier 1 tower. To Talon, they've lost their ward, so this might surprise them as the stun does actually connect onto 23, but he pops his wand charges right onto 33, and with that bonus attack speed, easily has the kill. Looks like it'll be a third as well, as Snake King cannot escape here. Just too much damage. Last dagger thrown will pick it up. Oh, Thompson, let's see what he can do. He might be a little bit late, but that's a boulder smash for you. Immediately a kill, but 23 jumps back on in. Thompson trying to turn with the magnetize, but it's not nearly enough. 23 Savage, he's cooking already. A triple kill for him 5 minutes in.
Yeah, Tundra totally underestimating how strong this tag team plus PA and the Venge minus armor, you know, is doing in the early game. All these small little spells just doesn't allow you to trade efficiently, you know. They just do so much damage. You don't expect it, but they just over the course of time, the daggers being thrown out and then the minus armor from the Terra and the tag team, they just kill you, they whittle you down. So I mean, this is the problem with having Lion and SD. Both of them are weak early game, and when you're facing against a Tusk, the Tusk can bully you.
Just to put it into perspective for you, by the way, right now, Wave of Terror level 2, -4 armor, Orb of Corrosion -3. PA basically is hitting with like the Deso debuff.
And here comes
on top of tag team. And here they go. This is 33. He's level 4, by the way. Q is running on in. They're going to let 23 pick up this kill as he jumps in to secure it. And Ollie looking for anyone else. I mean, this bottom lane is just littered with all of these daggers now. This is very problematic.
Yeah, and on top of that, Jabs, he was alone, and he's still free farming top. You know, he doesn't have a support in lane, but who needs the support when you can already free farm? And they're farming top, they're totally destroying bot, and Storm is also having a pretty good time. So across all the lanes, Talon is doing amazingly so far in the early game, and they have this big 3k lead already at 7 minutes, and now Wisdom Runes are going to spawn. At least Tundra is going to be able to secure one.
They're securing it. 9, he's been reported enough for forgetting about Wisdom Runes in his pubs. He's in position, he's stacking. In the meantime, behind him, or in front of him, I should say, there is a 2-man smoke. Pardon me, heading bottom. Thompson level 6 here. Does not have a point in the silence, but does have magnetize at the ready. Ollie and 23 both down bottom. Is 23 able to avoid detection there because of the blur? It seems like he might get away. Thompson, his spidey senses were tingling, but he's just a second late. Fight in the meantime is going to continue up in this top lane as they do see 23 with that ward on the high ground. However, PL's going to TP to the tier 2. Skitter didn't want anything of this fight. At least didn't really appreciate his current positioning there.
Yeah, Tundra's they're a bit frustrated, you know, not connecting on the ganks. Thompson really wants to fight with the magnetize. He's really strong right now, and Talon is not giving them the fight that they want to. They're just dodging, and Naga is still happily farming away.
And a really good, move by Makoto, who recognizes everything that's going on. He takes down the mid tier 1 tower basically by himself. Now he's going to make a big old jump on in. Oh no, 9, he is going to go down here. Are going to scout this big stack as well. I don't really think they can take at least the Ancients, but Makoto is going to make a move here for this the hard camp, which is stacked 3 times. 23 jumping in as well. 33 still doesn't have enough experience for the Doom, but Thompson is here as well. The Rolling Boulder is not going to connect, but the Boulder Smash will. That's more than enough. A big kill there for Thompson. Might open up his game, gives the experience required for 33 to level up the Doom. Now the Boulder Smash will connect. Ollie finds a little stun here on a Thompson, who will continue looking for more. Snake King stun is not going to connect onto 23, but does find Ollie, sent into the disruption, popping out into a world of pain, trying to deny himself to the creeps, but will eventually fall, making 3 big kills here for Tundra.
Yeah, that was absolutely necessary for Tundra to be able to punish Talon for doing that, for trying to steal the stacks, you know. Those kills are gonna mean a lot for Thompson, and right now he's gonna probably die here. Not much he can do to get out.
No, not in that case. He will end up falling. And some important momentum, though. 9 is nearly dying to this stack of Ancients. Is going to be A-okay. He's okay. He's got a salve. He's at least half HP. Q was chasing, though. Thought maybe would have gone a bit crazier. I mean, Talon, you can't say that they're not dedicated. They just kind of died, you know, chain feeding basically over that stack of the hard creepers. Makoto right back to it. Will be able to finish them off. There's no tier 1 mid here, and Snake King is picked up on that ward, so they're going to make a play for him. Thompson, though, in the trees, can maybe look to jump back in onto Makoto, who has no more bottle sips here. But Tundra, recognizing the position they're in, do not want to fight into both these supports. I mean, you just have such a strong hero right now. Makoto not even really Winter at such a big timing, basically just Falcon Blade and the power treads, but feeling strong enough with both supports having level 6 backing him up.
Yeah, they're gonna smoke up again, you know. Probably gonna wait for the 10-minute rune to see if they can get some nice juicy rune.
That's a good one. That's an arcane. So Winter, the first one was what, a haste? So we've had haste and arcane already. DD and Invis, I suppose, are going to be the next biggest ones that they're hoping
for the Storm.
Yeah, that's a good point. Regen's real good too. Makoto will break his smoke on the wave, so he shows the bottled arcane. I would say a 10-minute arcane rune's not the biggest deal in the world for Storm, but might make a little bit of a difference if you're already taking a fight. And, well, here go Talon yet again. Nice disruption there, avoids the magic missile, and Makoto did pop the arcane rune here. 33's a bit tankier now, Winter. He has finished up the Vanguard and has Doom back off cooldown. 9's still suffering a little bit for experience, but once they do start farming some of these stacks he's been making, he'll eventually recover a little bit, but he's still down to level 4. Big stacks by him.
Yeah, he needs somebody to clear the stack so he gets the XP.
Yep.
And he already didn't get much from the medium camp because the enemy stole it. I mean, this is not good news if you're playing an SD and you're being so low level at 11 minutes, like level 4.5 at 11. That's pretty bad.
And he's triple stacked here, the Ancient camp, and on the edge of the map, I guess, by the Tormentor. The problem with this camp is you don't usually see a lot of carries or, you know, stack clears to this part of the map. Thompson in the mid lane, he's getting gone on, by the way, but is able to turn very effectively, rolling actually onto Q, but he's got more remnants to drop to extend the magnetize. Makoto needs to get out of range as Thompson. Oh, he's going to roll defensively. Makoto ticking down underneath his tower, though. Another remnant kicked on over to him. Will collect the kill. Q to fall as collateral. And it's going to be a triple here for Thompson into Godson, already turned to 3v1 into 3 kills for himself. Well played.
1v3, no problem. My name is Thompson. I don't care how many heroes you bring. I'm going to kill you all. Just bring everybody here. I'll kill everybody, he says.
Yeah, and that's the blade mail paying off.
Earth Spirit with Blade Mail early game. Nobody wants to touch this hero. And he has the Occult Bracelet, so he's giving him also the magic resist.
Shout out PTP showing us the death summary. You can see how big of a difference that makes there on that Blade Mail. That thing is tough, especially on these tanky strength heroes. And better days now for Tundra. 9 also convinced 33 to finally farm this big stack of Ancients. So he's finally up to level 6 as well, and a little bit more gold into his pockets as he does try and get his Aether Lens.
Yeah, the lens gonna make.
Oh, he's okay. I thought he was gonna make the jump.
Very easy for him to use his spells in the team fight. And this is one of the items that you really want to get on Shadow Demon. Sometimes you have to get the Glimmer or the Force Staff, you know, like to save yourself. But if you can really afford to rush the Aether Lens, it makes your game so much nicer to play.
And I'd say
normally against Storm, I would say that you want to get the Glimmer first.
Yeah.
So that when the Storm goes on you, you have a way to run away.
So that's what I was thinking as well. I'm wondering if it has something to do with the support duo here, because let me take a look at Lion's build. Nothing in the quick buy yet for Snay. But you do have supports that can kind of save them each other, right? From either a Tusk or a Storm or a PA jumping in. So maybe that's why he feels a little bit more confident. You know, at least with Aether, since you're standing a bit further back, you are kind of pulling the fight another 200, units away, closer to your teammates. That might make it a little bit of a difference, make it more difficult.
You know what I think it is? It is just his mid laner instincts.
He's following the guide.
No, it's the mid laner instincts, because Aether Lens is just a greedier build, You don't think so much about your teammates, because if you get Glimmer, you can also save your teammates.
Okay. Well, we'll see how that goes. Before we get to this Storm Orchid, which is nearly completed, that'll be, I think, a big turning point here for Talon in terms of them looking for fights. I do want to quickly touch back upon something you brought up earlier for this Jabs offlane Naga Siren. You show me this quick buy, you show me his current items. I guess this was a core Naga, or like a safe lane Naga. He almost has Manta completed. What are your thoughts on this?
I mean, right now he's okay. He might have the song right now to get out.
Yeah,
he just needs an item to shove out. I mean, I don't think there's anything else you can buy Naga in the early game. You need the Manta to help you accelerate. You pressure the map. You farm. You push out waves. And by doing that, you're actually also creating a lot of space for PA to farm, right? Because you're forcing the enemy to react. You're sending illusions to shove the wave, so they have to deal with it. If they don't deal with it, they're losing farm. So when they send heroes to deal with it, then your PA feels a lot more safer to go out on the map to farm. So in a way, you're kind of helping the PA also.
Okay, so there's a smoke. Eventually, Tundra chooses to go down bottom with it, where the rolling boulder just barely missing onto Q. However, the boulder smashed the yo-yo of death, as some call it, onto Q, as I don't think he'll be receiving any reinforcements. He tries to punch his way through the shield rune, but Thompson's got more than half remaining. That's going to be an easy kill here for Tundra. Even if they miss on the Naga, they'll get something down bottom. This PA, by the way, you spoke about her farm. I just want to say, she has the Battle Fury. She's already accelerating quite nicely, given her early game, how strong of an early game 23 had, going nicely towards this BKB already.
Yeah, late game is going to be very, very scary for Tundra, If they don't have the Doom on the PA, I feel like they're going to struggle to kill the PA later, and the illusions, I feel like, are going to be dealt with by the Storm. And PA in general is like, it's very difficult for PL to man fight the PA, so you have to keep poking and prodding. And if your team doesn't deal enough damage to kill the PA, then you're not gonna be able to win the fight against the PA, So for the PL, it's all about whether his team can get the right initiation. Whereas
we'll see here,
for
I hate
the
to
PA,
cut you off, but we're waiting. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, whereas for the PA, it's more about like right now he wants to farm, get to his Aghanim's plus Deso timing, because the item is just too good on the hero right now. The blur, you can dispel, and I just feel like the refresh part is also quite obnoxious in a team fight. You can double blur because it gives you like 0.75 invulnerability. It messes up with how enemies cast their spell on you. So normally in a high pressure situation, it kind of can win you a team fight.
I got you. Yeah, I was just going to point out there that Talon and Tundra both, waiting for that 16-minute rune to DD into the bottle of Thompson, but could have been a big one if Talon managed to get that one to spawn top, because Makoto is ready now with his Orchid, and now finally has Ball Lightning level 2. I think we're gonna get some action here, I'd say, pretty soon. This Ags is complete now on Skitter, so that makes his life a little bit easier when you're talking about poking and prodding from a distance. It's going to be their strategy.
It's also a very nice farming item for PL. When you see those PLs rush Ags, you think they're gonna fight? No, they're hitting creeps here.
And Talon are not hitting creeps, actually. Their move is going to be into the Roche pit, where they're going to utilize this Medallion of Courage, all the minus armor that they have, and obliterate Roshan. Holy moly. God. He went down fast.
Did that even take 10 seconds?
I mean, they, when the whole team gathered, not much more than that. What are you looking at here with your minus armor? Wave of Terror, it was level 3, but let's just call
Corrosion.
it 6. Corrosion, Medallion, Riptide minus armor, no Deso yet, I believe.
And then the tag team.
Yeah, it's a lot of physical damage, and you still have a good amount of magic burst as well, I would say, between magic missile, snowball, ice shards, and of course the storm spirit. So it's not like Tundra can just get a Crimson Guard and ignore this physical damage. There's no lich here.
Guess what they are doing? They're getting a Radiance on Earth Spirit.
Okay, well, I mean, he's got the heart now. He's got the blade mail. You don't want to hit him now. You can't even hit him because of the miss rate. Maybe this is going to be the solution as Makoto is going to be jumped. Topson connecting on the combo. Barely had the vision. Disruption is going to allow Topson to wear off this silence.
Nice.
The stun is there. They even had a Hex. I mean, and that's why it can be so dangerous to jump into this team as a Storm Spirit, right? The jump that they have here, the catch, it's phenomenal, as Topson shows us.
Yeah, you have to respect the fact that there's a Lion in the game, you know? The Storm has to focus on farming his BKB. Like, that item is going to allow him to play without BKB against Lion and the silence from Earth Spirit. Good luck.
No, forget about it, man. It's going to be tough. So Skitter as well coming online a little bit more with his Ag's Diffusal. So now if he is throwing illusions into the fights, at the very least, they'll be very annoying for these supports, like you touched on earlier in the draft. That's going to be a bit more problematic for the side of Talon should we start getting into some of these big fights.
Do you know what the supports can do? Get a day gun.
You know, I mean...
Oh, actually, it's not so good against PL. Because
he makes too many.
There's just way too many.
You just get a Ghost Scepter, I guess. I mean, there's not much else you can really do. Jabs is getting a heart, though. That's his solution. Just literally the C offlaner, if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, but what's the game plan? You know, they just feel like they just need to drag the game late, mid lane, roll in.
Another jump in. Yeah, it's gonna be Topson trying to get through Q here, but he's relatively tanky, able to get off the snowball. I don't know if Q makes it out alive, however, as he is gonna be left behind. Space for the team. Idling on the outside of this fight is 23. He's gonna make now a jump onto the Shadow Demon, but 9, he's not going down that easily, not without all the minus armor that they needed to take down the Roshan. 23 though, BKB at the ready, jumps back on and eats the Doom now from 33. Tundra just letting the PL illusion stick him down and the Doom damage as it's Makoto who will be able to deny him, I guess. Still, it's only the Aegis. Not a phenomenal first use of Aegis out from Talon. I think they were going to be a bit happier if they were able to retain that.
Yeah, and they used the fresh BKB on the PA, you know, that's definitely not ideal. They're still going to smoke up. They feel like without the Doom, they can actually still fight. No Doom and no Magnetize. I feel like they're still really strong without, even though PA doesn't have BKB.
Did you see that, by the way? Topson started pinging the mirror image illusions. He felt like Naga was coming or in the vicinity just by the movements or the lack of movement specifically by Jabs' mirror image illusions there. That was a interesting bit of game sense there. So Tundra are going to be able to...
Sneaking is like, please give me the shard, please.
No, it goes to 9.
No.
Yeah, Snake King's shard is so good this game. That's fine. I think he's just gonna have to wait for the next one. He might.
Yeah, he's queued it up. Yourself.
Yeah, he's queued it up.
I see this way too many times on the support where it's okay, I'll just wait for the next commenter, you know. But you should actually just buy it if it just has the chance to turn the game around. You can't be greedy with this.
Certainly does this game. We'll see if Talon are going to start doing their own tournaments, and they will. Ollie, yeah, he's got a magic wand, so he needed to use that in order to not die. He needs to get away. Yep, nope, didn't do that in time. Oops.
Okay.
That's fine.
I've seen this happen way too many times when I'm a support. I'm walking next to a PA or a Temple assassin.
Top lane, they're on to 33 here, who is getting dived underneath his tier 2 tower. Utilizing the Orchid, they will be able to pick up a kill, and no one in the vicinity here for the side of Tundra, so no save available. Looks like the tower will go down eventually to Jabs' chipped illusions.
I mean, this is the thing, right? When the lanes are always constantly pressured and whoever goes down and Storm is not on the map, you always have a chance of dying if you're not PL. I feel like only PL or even maybe just the Earth Spirit can actually shove out this kind of lanes, you know. Even the Doom is not strong enough because he doesn't have any armor items right now, so he takes a lot of physical damage from the illusions and the Riptide.
Yeah, the Vanguard's just not enough to see him through that. It's going to be a bit challenging. Oh, he's disassembled it, of course, for the Octarine, pardon me.
And he has a Dragon skill, which kind of helps, but still not enough. You're going to have to get like a... I guess this game you're probably going to get either... Probably Shiva's, I guess, later. The Shiva's going to help him later.
Still only a 1k net worth lead dividing the two teams, or separating them, I should say.
I mean, they are playing against a Midas Doom, you know, so...
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, Skitter as well has been finding really good farm, I would say, since then. Topson as well, coming along really nicely already for the Radiance. Almost has that online as well.
Yeah, remember how this game started, Richie? 7 minutes.
I do.
They were 3k ahead.
Yeah,
and
with
now
the triple kill on 23.
Yeah.
I just think, I mean, I don't think Talon's strength was really well represented in that previous fight. And to, you know, Tundra's credit, they had the better jump there, right? But this PA, you know, I think perhaps 23 was feeling himself a little bit too much there. You know, without really the tag team, without at least the Wave of Terror plus Medallion minus armor, you know, he doesn't have Desto. His damage was not sufficient. He jumped onto Shadow Demon BKB thinking he could burst through 9 in 3 hits, and it just, the damage wasn't there.
Yeah, I mean, he just overestimated how much he could have done in that fight, and obviously having the Aegis, it gives you a lot more bravery points. You just want to go in.
That's right.
Right now he's gonna have the Deso. He's gonna have his level 18 as well, so level 3 coup de grace. I still feel like he should keep farming until he gets his axe though. I think axe is when the hero just becomes a totally different monster. Like he can join fights where it's convenient for him and low risk, but whenever there's like a high risk fight, I think he should just continue farming.
But then when do they fight? You know, because it seems like Jabs is just chilling.
They have a Naga in the game. You think they are in a rush to fight? They're gonna farm creeps the whole game.
So the impetus is on Tundra, pardon me then. You're thinking they need to find a way. You don't think and this Earth Spirit...
Tundra is saying we have a Midas Doom, an Earth Spirit that is building a Radiance, so we don't care too.
Yeah, I mean, they both seem... That's what I'm trying to question you on the theory here. You know, what ends up being the winning formula late game? I mean, is this PL just going to be a little bit too annoying for these supports? Can we distract those guys? You know, is this Lion, is this Shadow Demon going to be able to survive even a second in these fights? As there's the Earth Spirit Radiance finished. I mean, certainly this has to be a move now from Tundra, right?
My money is on PA. I'll tell you that. Yeah. Late game PA. I've lost
she's
so
got
many
the
games against that.
We'll see if they want to make the jump here into this Radiance. The Naga Illusions giving them some vision as the swap immediately into the stun. Thompson does manage to get off the Blade Mail, but it doesn't matter. He's eviscerated. A follow-up silence now as there's 2 Orchids on this team. They blow through Snake King now with all that minus armor. 33 drops the Doom onto 23. Minus 10 for him. The terrible joke. But it's just going to be a clean disengage now from Talon. They got what they came for, kill onto the mid laner, and they're out of there.
Don't worry, Richie. Nobody heard anything. Don't worry. I mean, it's a very, very big kill there. I guess once the Earth Spirit gets swapped in and he gets stunned, there's actually no way to play that fight unless 9 is around the vicinity to get maybe a defensive disruption to buy some time.
It needs to be, right? And then maybe a Lion counter initiation or something. It just,
I mean, that's the thing, right? Nobody built 4-star for Glimmer, so apart from disruption, they have actually nothing to say.
No, I mean, and I can't blame Snay, right? He didn't get the RNG on the Mana Drain Shard from the Tormentor. He had to buy it, right? So he's even behind on something like a Blink Dagger. 9, you know, say what you will about the Aether Lens, but that's his item of choice. Going into the Ag Scepter as well immediately following that. It just doesn't really seem, with these 2 supports and their itemization, that your counter initiation is not that strong. But once Talon get on top of you, if 9's not there for a disruption, there's not much to do, not much to say. They're going to smoke up now. I like this move from Tundra, though. I think they need to be the ones striking first.
But without a blink on Lion, how?
Yeah, you've got Earth Spirit. You've got Earth Spirit. He's all you need. Look, there he goes. Thompson onto Q is going to completely whiff on the roll. Q then is going to be able to get off the Walrus Punch, his own BKB. Jabs from the side waiting. Has Song of the Siren. 33 looking, waiting for the jump in. Looking for the Doom. He's going to be able to find Jabs, but just as the song is popped, and Jabs, out of mana, out of illusions, is going to use this opportunity to escape. But a quick little kill there out from Tundra. Not too bad. Talon waiting in the vicinity, though. Thompson does not have a BKB, does get off the Blade Mail. 23 pops his own BKB, makes the jump in. 9 in position for the save, and it's a quick kill yet again. The PL, however, strikes back, is able to take down Ollie, as the rest of Talon are going to be forced to retreat.
I mean, that's so insane, right? The 3 of them just stood there and they went on 5 heroes. And they felt like they could have just burst. I guess it's because of the observer ward behind that gave them enough information.
Yeah. Gave them the confidence to make the jump.
Tundra definitely did not see that coming, you know, like, what the hell? Why are they jumping on us right now?
It's true. I mean, Thompson sure didn't see it coming. Dead for another 20 seconds. And what otherwise could have been maybe a moment here for Tundra to take a Roshan, instead, he's going to allow Talon to have another go at this.
They're going to be want to finish the axe on a PA. PA's almost, he almost has the axe.
Oh, he's got it now.
Oh, he stole the item. Okay.
Snaking, waiting in the trees. He's just lost it, where he's losing his ward. And may lose his life soon enough, but it's actually a very brave TP through the twin gate out from Skitter. Careful though, that dagger, not finding a crit, but is going to be able to nuke Snaking down to half HP. Makoto pops his fresh BKB to finish up the kill. The buyback immediately, it's a long TP to the outpost, but with Thompson now rolling on in, it's all signs go from Tundra as they are looking for a fight. Q, he's going to pop his own BKB as they do get the Walrus Punch onto Thompson, but he's got too many allies around himself now. 23 Savage has BKB in 10 more seconds. Makoto without BKB for another 65. Same thing as Q over another minute, but still they will smoke up and look for a fight. Song of the Siren on cooldown for 20 seconds, so there isn't a really easy escape here if it goes wrong for Talon Esports. They might still look for it though.
Can they get a
the
jump
ward
in
on down? They are going to jump on this, well, at least throw a couple stuns onto Skitter, but they've lost the ward immediately. Another roll on in from Thompson as he does find Ali. He's silenced immediately, but does get off the blade. Mouse 23 not jumping in quite yet. Q wants to find one of these backliners, but he is gone just way too deep. Fingered and killed off immediately. Advantage now for Tundra as they do buy back. They get the Doom onto Jab, so that means there's no Song of the Siren to interrupt the fight, but 23 looking for a fight here, trying to find a kill, getting something. He's got the accepted, but needs to finish off someone. 9 with a great defensive disruption is going to prevent that from happening, but he's going to go down now. There's going to be the refreshed blur as 23 jumping onto the wave is going to be jumped now by 33. Makoto back in this fight as well, but they are on to 23. He is taken down, killed off. Makoto out of mana. It does get to swap off away in time, giving Makoto a little bit more time to try and escape, but how far can he really run from Thompson? Thompson's a little bit limited here by the mana. And with whatever left, whatever Makoto has, he's gonna be able to escape. A monstrous fight there. Talon, they wanted that fight so hard, didn't they?
Yeah, they forced it way too much. I felt like when they were positioning themselves way too near the small camp, the pool camp there, and the PA, he was hiding so far away. He didn't want to commit into any of the fights, and the bench got jumped on first. And I felt like the fight was very, very difficult after that happened when the bench and the task, they got jumped. And those two heroes are the heroes that are going to set up the fight for the PA, and PA couldn't really find a way to come into the fight, so she was just hiding in the outskirts of the fight, just waiting for opportunities, just throwing daggers.
And just a really bold move by 33, his positioning in that fight, the way that it was kind of anchored around him the entire time from Tundra, with Thompson kind of dragging him, to wherever he was rolling. But Talon, unfortunately, I think their fatal mistake was trying to fight around the ward that they had, utilized previously to find a kill onto Thompson. They tried to basically replace a ward there, and that's doable if you're able to get a jump immediately with the vision you get, because it was dewarded immediately, and from there, Tundra had all the confidence in that fight. Tough engagement there for Talon.
They need to think again, how they're going to approach the fight, the next fight. I feel like they need to let the Storm go in and reveal the positioning of the Tundra heroes, and then before they decide whether they want to go in with the Tusk, because once the Tusk snowballs in, he's pretty much in, and he's gonna die. There's no turning back. If you're a Storm, you can still get out.
9 has accepted, by the way, so he's got the charges of the Demonic Cleanse, 2 of them. Roche is going down slowly. It's going to allow Talon to try and get in position here as in goes the Naga Illusion to scout things out. Into the trees goes Makoto, trying to scare away 33, but Thompson instead makes the jump, does spook Makoto into popping the BKB, as out from the Roche pit comes Skitter. Completely alone here. He's going to doppel back to the low ground, which traps Thompson momentarily. Thompson back into the pit, though. That was only a charge of the Demonic Cleanse, but a BKB charge out from the Storm Spirit is going to make this next jump even trickier, especially as they are going to be able to find Ali. Down he goes. He bought back in the previous fight. Jabs, thinking about the Song of the Siren, is going to be interrupted.
He's doomed again.
He is going to be in some trouble. Snake still alive, finally taken down. Phantom Knives, 23 is going to be able to go on in, but even he's not going to be able to live too long here, as he is going to be able to take down at least a couple more heroes. Thompson taking down Jabs as Skitter, and now Thompson on to 23, finding the kill. There was just too many enemy heroes there. PA unable to take the fight solo, basically, is what it felt like there. Talon, I think they've missed their opportunity.
And they also used a buyback on Storm, Yeah. Felt like he needed to come back to help the PA, and in the end, he wasted the buyback. I mean, you can see, once the Venge and the Tusk, they couldn't really get a good initiation for the team. The fight is actually pretty hard for Talon, because you have an offlane Naga, so you have 2 carries, right? So you're lacking in terms of a hero that can initiate compared to Tundra's lineup where they have a Doom offlane, so the Doom can go in and start the fight, So now we're starting to see the difference between the two sides, the draft, It was strong before,
yeah.
but now Tundra is like getting into the phase where when team fights matter the most, the Doom offlane seems to be able to find the right initiations in the last 2 fights where he got jabs with the Doom.
Exactly, yeah, and that's what I wanted to say. That was pivotal, pardon me, in that fight for the success of Tundra was the Naga Siren song not being able to be activated. Ended up really, I'd say, collapsing that fight, made it incredibly easy for Topson to jump in. And sure, 23's damage numbers might be scary, but these are some tanky lads now. Level 20 Doom with an Octarine in the casual plate mail now, making a really big difference for him as he makes his way towards the Shivas. Earth Spirit as well has been incredibly tanky all game long. I think this time, at least Ali doesn't die to Tormentor, thankfully, as they do take it down and give the shard to Jabs. So that's not bad. Now it's even more important for him to get off this song. That could be instrumental.
It's not really that useful in this game against the Doom, because you can't heal, right, against the Doom. It stops healing. So you can't really heal I guess you can still reset the fight, but the heal is not really that useful anymore.
Yeah, that's a good point. I still think that's going to be the important thing. It's the resetting the fight, basically trying to find another source of initiation here. It's so tricky.
I feel like they really need to wait for the Storm to go in and create chaos. They cannot let the supports go in and try to initiate with swap, because you don't have a blink or you don't have a way to go in and find the openings easily as the Venture. The Tusk has a dagger right now, but if he goes in and snowballs or punch someone, he's gonna be like all in. He's committed. So they should just let the Storm poke, show some vision, try to reveal some enemy heroes, and then decide whether they want to commit with the bench and the Tusk.
It's a bit tricky. I mean, they've got to be in that really close range where you're able to get off a swap or you're able to get off a snowball save, but not able to be found by
They need to be alive in the fights to cast as well, especially the bench. The Terror, the swap, getting your Solar Crest off on the PA. I think those are the very important things that needs to happen for the PA. You can see once the supports are dead, the PA doesn't feel as scary in the team fight, compared to before.
And I actually think that's why Nine's build in particular is quite strong. I'm coming around to it a little bit more. Being able to dispel a lot of the buffs that are given or the debuffs that are given to your team do make this PA feel a lot weaker, right? Her Phantom Strike buff, for example, is completely dispellable, so she's just missing out on all this attack speed when she jumps around in the fights, for example.
Yeah,
right?
That's actually a really good point. Like, PA deals a lot of damage with the attack speed from Phantom Strike, and usually you don't get attack speed items, so if you remove that, she doesn't have attack speed.
Yeah, exactly. And then, it persists as well. You cannot dispel Demonic Purge, so even if you do get a kill with the Egg Scepter...
It's probably a mistake not to get the Stifling Dagger damage, the more I think of it. Because when you're playing against SD, you're not going to get the reliable plus 60 attack speed from the Phantom Strike.
Right. That's a good point, especially with the build that Nine has gone for, having the Ags and the Aether Lens. Sorry, the Aether Lens.
Yes, he's going for the high ground. He's not coming back to defend. I'm the carry, guys. Yep. I'm going to go for the base.
Unfortunately, he's playing against the Lion, Snake King. Again, this is why you need to buy the shard, right? You can see he's still struggling in the base defense, but for the meantime, the fight kicking off in the mid lane. It's 33, though, instantly nuked down. Skidder doesn't want to be here either. Topson just trying to get his boys out of here, but more troubles brewing as Ali looking for a swap. There's the jump in from Makoto with a stun, finds both. Skidder's still alive, jumping back onto Ali. Topson creating chaos in the backlines, but now he's going to get caught. 23 makes the jump onto him. Down he goes. Skidder, he's going to be broken, but 23 just barely getting enough damage, and now Jabs with the Song of the Siren just to ensure that 23 is able to escape. Makoto out of mana as he was chasing and routing both supports out from this fight. Snake King, who did TP on back to clear the Naga illusions, is going to return, but seems like the fight is going to be a bit too difficult now. As soon as Talon gets some regen, they might look to go back on in onto Skidder. Easy Elite dodging the ensnare there. We'll see how much more Talon really want to force things. I hear a ball lightning not going all the way, and Tundra will be able to get away safely after clearing at least the tier 3 tower.
I mean, that was so close. If the Earth Spirit was able to get his cheese off, I think that was a win fight for Tundra. I feel like there's not much left in the tank anymore after the initial burst. So if he gets the cheese off, I feel like the fight should have been just straight up over after that. But lucky for Talon, they were able to burst him before he was able to get the cheese, and now they still have a chance in the game. PA is gonna be able to. Yeah, I think he should just get the rapier right away. I don't think he should get Basher. They need damage. They don't have enough damage.
See, yep. It's already the relic into the inventory. Needs a little bit more for that demon edge.
Just lock it. Don't let it lock assemble, and make sure you use it before the fight happens, you know, make sure you assemble it.
Well, I mean, he's not going to be saving for the buyback, right? So he might just assemble it for whatever reason. I mean, I don't know at this point. Because, oh, right, but Doom no longer mutes you, so you can actually assemble it after you've been doomed.
Oh, yeah. I mean, unless he's level 25. And
that's true. Yeah, that's
he's
true.
about to get level 25. 2 more levels.
But do you think he breaks here, or do you think he mutes? What does he want to do?
They're both really... I think mute, you know, like if you can mute the... Because the break is good against the PA, but the break... I mean, the break is good against the PA, but the mute is good against all the Naga and the Storm mute. Stop them from using their items.
Wow, I can't believe we just didn't get a fight there. It was like watching two freight trains, you know, steam towards each other, and then one takes the switch right before they collide. We still might get some action, though. Thompson this time, he's going to switch the cheese in, so he's missing out on the power treads. Not too big of a deal, but does make him a little bit more sluggish when he's not rolling around in the fight, which is basically never. The Tundra going up to the high ground yet again. Rapier is completed and assembled now on the Phantom Assassin. The support's standing so far back, but check this out from behind. Jabs, he could look for a Song of the Siren here, sends in the illusions to go scouting, as there's a dagger just keenly on throne. 33 does not get up to the high ground. He's going to be chasing down 23, though. BKB popped, making the jump on it, gets the Doom, but he's already dead, and that's just a TP on back from PA. They're going to be able to reset off of this. Seems like they will lose the Vengeful Spirit off the back. But it is going to be a high ground success, I think, successfully held here from Talon. I don't know if Tundra want to take this anymore. We'll see, actually. They seem to be... Yeah, they're willing to give it a go. Oh, that's a blade mail. Luckily, 23 doesn't crit on that. That's HP. Careful, though. There they go. Makoto now making the jump onto the backliners, but isn't able to find anything. Thompson standing his ground and fighting. Jabs out of mana. Ollie as well. He's going to go down. He just bought back for this. Thompson continuing to route them all the way back into the fountain. This Tundra, I had underestimated their strength, pardon me. Onto the tier 3 tower, easily cleaning up shop. 23, he just still doesn't have enough damage, Winter. He's got BKB in 30 seconds.
He needs lady luck right now.
He does need some lady luck. He needs some supports to be alive. There's Jabs. He ends up finding the backliner. That's going to trigger the buyback rather of the Tusk. They will get through snaking. He buys back as well as Thompson onto Jabs Q. Able to at least find 9 in the fights, but he's going to be able to get off that. The Rapier, careful here. Might drop 23. He goes down. Doesn't have buyback. Rapier on the deck, but it's going to be the Talon bodies hitting the ground as 3 taken down. There's buyback ready now at the very least out for the PA, but 23 Savage without the Rapier is going to be lacking the damage. Who's picked it up here? As Thompson picked it up, of course. Well, they're going to give this a go. There's going to be the Storm Spirit Axe, but the counter initiation out from Snake King immediately puts Makoto back into the grave. They're going to try and give this a go, but doomed up as 23 Savage will be able to at least fight through one. No, Skidder, he's still alive, and now Jab's doing what he can, but is going to be perma-stunned to death as Tundra, they take game 1 against Talon.
I mean, what a game, man. So much back and forth, so much crazy team fights. At the end of the day, the team fight from Tundra prevails.